G'day guys, Tim here from Beat the Reset with my two Army Generals. On this side, I have the Samurai Silver from Liberty Bullion. How are you, Sammy?
Oh, fantastic as always, Timmy. What a time to be alive, guys.
It's a great time.
It is a great
Would
time.
you be alive any other time?
Nah, I wouldn't do it, mate. It's got to be now, I reckon.
Because there's only a couple of options, alive or not.
You were born too early for wars in the Middle East. You're born too late for wars in the Middle East, and you're born just in time for wars in the Middle
Oh,
East.
how good.
Mate, that's all this time. And on this side, of course, because the strange man who's chiming in is the Baron of Bitcoin. What he doesn't know about Bitcoin, you could write on the back of a postage stamp. Bish, you're not bullish enough. How are you?
Guys, I'm feeling great. I mean, what a time to be alive, to borrow a pun from my good friend Sammy. And I keep reminding you guys, you're not bullish enough. Get out there, buy more. This is a buyer's market and you're in control. And if you've been buying all year with us, congratulations, you're up over 70%. You're welcome.
And obviously, you guys are coordinating the emails because I didn't get the memo here.
Listen, before I left home this morning, I turned around, gave Sammy a kiss and a cuddle, and I told him that, make sure you wear the matching jumpers.
Look, I actually missed out on that. On the meat and the sandwich and stuff, guys.
That's it, mate. Look, first rule of financial services, on green days, you have to wear the green quarter zip. It's just part of the game.
And it is a green day, isn't it?
It is. It's a very green.
I'm having a grey day, but you guys are having a green day. Now, guys, Sammy, can I just address something?
Yeah.
Your catchphrase is "What a time to be alive."
Yes.
Why did you come up with that? What do you mean by that?
Well, I guess what I mean by that is, look, we live in a world that can be quite dark and dreary, and figuring out how the financial system works can be quite dark of an experience. But once you come out the other side, once you start making good choices, and once you start investing in the right assets, life's great, right? Life is great. I mean, you look at our markets; they're all running just like we said they would. Of course, all three of us sat in these assets, profiting from them greatly. I've never been wealthier than I am today. Same for these two. What a time to be alive, mate. I mean, doesn't that sound like a great time to be alive?
It certainly does. I'll come back to wealth in a second. I want to ask you a question about that. Bish, you keep saying we're not bullish enough. You're not bullish enough. What do you mean by that?
It means that we are on the genesis of the largest wealth transformation that we're going to see in our lifetimes, right? Bitcoin is a $2 trillion market.
Yes.
About to absorb $100 trillion US credit market that's going through a sovereign debt crisis right now. So you're not bullish enough means that you do not understand the gravity of what's about to come down the pipeline. The sheer impact on financial markets in terms of what's going to happen towards cryptocurrencies and precious metals over the next few years, it cannot be understated as to how bullish the setup could be. I mean, you could literally stake, I've done this, I've staked my entire life savings, my entire reputation on this golden bull run. So when I say you're not bullish enough, it means that people just don't understand the sheer impact of a sovereign default or sovereign debt crisis all flowing into Bitcoin at the same time.
Absolutely, 100%. And I want to go back to wealth on this, Sammy. We continually talk about wealth because it gives you the ability to make incredible choices, which gives you freedom, which gives you life.
Yes.
And you said something interesting at the start. You're looking refreshed. I mean, this guy is just like looking amazing.
Yep.
You sound good. Yep. You never have a day offline. Do you think wealth has got a lot to do with that?
Absolutely, Timmy. Absolutely. Look, I'd say the majority of the population goes to work because they have to,
right?
Not because they want to.
Agree.
And that's not the case for me. I could sit at home, trade the markets all day, have zero interaction with society, and do just fine monetarily. But I choose to interact with society in the way that I do every day. I choose to get out there on social media with you two. I choose to start and run a bullion dealer. And I love my choice. I live an amazing life, guys. I don't want to brag, but I live in an amazing life.
And you're not even 30 years old, Sam.
Not even 30, mate. So for me, I live the life of my dreams every day. So to have a day off, it's like having a day off your dreams. Who wants a day off from your dreams? It makes no sense. I love it. I love it.
I think it's a really good point. Bish, what does wealth mean to you, and what should clients be thinking about in terms of wealth? I mean, it gives them choices, it gives them freedom, it gives them life.
That's the main thing. I mean, there's nothing better than giving yourself time, freedom, and choices to be able to do whatever you want. I've retired my mother. I've retired my wife, we've got 2 kids, another one on the way. She doesn't have to worry about the hustle and bustle of coming into the office and doing or whatever she has to do to kind of get by. We don't have to worry about this dual income household, all that kind of stuff. It's just she can do what she wants to do, which is whatever she likes and takes care of the kids. And, it's just a return to tradition, a return to
Yes.
normality.
Time.
It's so important. It's so important because, there's no pressure, right? That's really what it really boils down to, is that we don't feel stress. We don't feel pressure. I want to be successful in business. I want to be successful commercially. And that's what drives me every day. But at the same time, I want everybody who makes these investments with us to realize that you just be patient, 6 months, 12 months, a year, 2 years, it all compounds. And what you get is a return, not on investment, but a return on time, right? Because for example, Bitcoin is up 100% year on year. So what that means, if you put in $100,000 with me and I've given you a return on investment, you're now sitting on 200,000 Australian dollars in your portfolio. Let's say your Australian salary is $100,000. I've just given you a year worth of time. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Can I share with you a quick story? We've
Please.
got a client on our channel right now. He had a job, but then he started investing in Bitcoin and gold. He quit his job. He just went back to that job. Now, I saw him when we were over in Bali, and I had a conversation with him, and he said, I've just got a job. Again, the company asked me to start with them. And he said, honestly, I don't really need to work, but I'm going to go back to my job. He lasted 1 day and he's already written his resignation letter because his whole view of time and the value of what he can do in his own time has completely changed. So it does give you time.
It does. And, the whole concept of swapping the 8 hours in the day that you have to work for, minimum wage or something like that, when you're making plenty of money from your investments, enough to pay your bills, enough for everything like that, your time becomes more valuable than that minimum wage. You value your time at $50 an hour, they're willing to pay you 20. No deal. So I think that's super powerful. It makes you a position of power there. You decide when you want to work, if you want to work. And that means that you get to decide if you want to start a business, if you want to start working in a field that you're super passionate about, but may not pay super well. That's fine. Money, it's no longer an issue for you. So you get to do that passion work. So yeah, it gives you opportunities, it gives you choices, and it allows you to live a more fulfilling life in whatever that means for you. If that means starting your own business, amazing. If that means doing volunteer work for charities, amazing. But you get to make the decision and still live your life without that financial pressure.
100%. And I also think, when government overreach kicks in, like we had with COVID, you have choices to not do some things as well. I mean, I don't want to go too far down that track, but when you have choices and you've got sovereignty and sovereign choices, you are independent of.
You become a global citizen, and you can go wherever you want, do whatever you want, and you're not beholden to the same rules as everybody else. Because
within the law,
of course, but there's rules for those who are in the middle class, and then there's rules for those who are wealthy and have freedom and have assets. You know what I mean? And I hate saying it because, in a egalitarian society, you'd expect that things should be equal amongst everything else. But, we don't want that to be the case anyway, right? And you don't want equality of outcome. You want to have equality of opportunity, right? In terms of everybody has a fair shake of the sauce bottle, as us Aussies would like to say. But really what it comes down to is, if you make good choices, to borrow your phrase, and you've got the right assets, you can do whatever you want as long as you are taking care of yourself and your family. I don't see any issue with that.
Absolutely.
I'm right with you guys. To me, the number of people over the last few years who are forced to do things that they otherwise would not have because of financial pressure, because of bills to pay, because, you need to go to work. I mean, think about how free they would have been if they had some money to fall back on, where they didn't have that pressure to make a decision here and now. They could wait, see how things play out, and then make a decision further down the line. So I think that's the most pressing example of what financial freedom can give you. And like Bishop says, I completely agree. In a perfect world, everyone would be treated equally, right? Rich and poor, they have the same run of the show. That's absolutely not the case, guys. I don't say this with happiness, but the world is much kinder to people with money than people without. That's just how it is. I don't make it that way. I don't get to decide. I don't get to change it. But what you can do is change whether you're the person with money or without. Be the one that the world is kinder to. It's your choice.
Speaking of money, silver, what did it do?
Oh, damn it. Let's talk about the market.
What a time to
Big
be
pull
alive,
back.
guys.
I feel like we're in like a dream sequence there. No one came out of it.
Yeah, we were
The
like,
voice falling.
wealth, riches, and it's like,
Come back, come back. All right, Silver Semi, what's going
So
on?
up 2% overnight, guys. New all-time highs in Australian dollars. For the first time ever, 1 kilogram of silver at Liberty Bullion is now $2,000. $2,000 for a kilo, guys.
That's
I
incredible.
mean, only a few years ago it was just over 1,000, and now it's at 2. So huge move there. Silver's going to keep moving here. We're at just under $39 per ounce US. That's only $1 away from 40. We'll get there in the next week or so, I'd say, and then off to 50.
Phuket.
So
Phuket.
$50 US per ounce silver. The Phuket boat party is coming, or the yacht party. Sorry, it's going to be a yacht, a proper yacht.
Not a little dingy
No,
catamaran.
no. We don't do that around here. We're living in wealth, guys. So we're going to get the proper yacht. Liberty Bullion's going to pay for all the drinks. So super exciting, guys. I'd say that'll come within the next 6, maybe 9 months at the most. But yeah, super keen for that one. What a time to be alive.
Well, we were also having this debate about whether Bitcoin would reach 200K before silver reached 50 USD. What are our thoughts on that?
Look, I've always said this, right? On a percentage move, silver is a lot closer to 50 than Bitcoin is to 200K. So on balance of probabilities, it's more likely that silver hits 50 first and then Bitcoin hits
But the
200K.
speed at which these assets move,
They're fast as man. You know what? This is really interesting. Bitcoin and silver, whilst they are completely different markets and operate off different conditions, actually have comparable market cap.
I totally, yeah.
So what that means is that similar amount of inflows coming into Bitcoin or silver has a similar amount of rapid change in price. So whilst there are different factors, different markets, different drivers, they actually operate quite similar when they have their respective bull runs going through. And this is the thing. I'm so bullish on Bitcoin and silver, of course, as well, because of these following reasons. Bitcoin is $2.5 trillion market cap. Silver is like a $2.3 trillion market cap. Gold is 24 trillion, right? And I believe it'll be gold, silver, and Bitcoin in that order, right? In terms of what is going to be deriving the most value. And it could be something like gold's at 50 trillion, which doubles its unit price from, what is it, 3,300?
Yeah, 33.
To call it 6,500. And then, which is good upside, don't get me wrong. But then you have you have silver sitting somewhere at like, if it's got a ratio of 30 to 1 at that price point, what would the price of silver be when gold's at 6,600 and its price point is 30 to 1?
$200 an ounce.
$200 an ounce. So there's 400% return, plus 400% return there. And I expect Bitcoin
Very
to be.
good maths, Sammy. I was trying to.
He is a mathematician. And then for me,
Really reaching for my calculator.
I expect Bitcoin to have a comparable market cap to what of gold is today. That takes it to 20 trillion, which gives it a unit price of $1 million, which is a 10x return from here. I mean, guys, you're not bullish enough. Like this is impressive stuff, guys.
It
Like,
is.
These are great numbers.
Yeah, these are good.
I need to go out and buy some more.
Now we talk a lot about Bitcoin, but what about XRP? It's done something. How far is XRP up?
Look, guys, it's all trucking right now. I mean, the alts are just going absolutely bananas right now, which is normal for the bull run at the moment. So XRP's at $3.51, Litecoin at 114, Solana back at over $200. It was up over 8% overnight, ladies and gentlemen. Sonic is at 40 cents. I talked to you guys about it at 30 cents. It's over 30% up in the last 2.5 weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, HBAR is up over 40% over the last month. Absolutely is sanity. And Hyperliquid continues to truck on as well. So I've been giving you guys a basket of altcoins to focus on, particularly with ISOs and layer ones. But like I said the other night on the live stream, focus on a handful of ISOs, maybe say XRP and HBAR, focus on a handful of layer ones, think of Sonic and Hyperliquid, because you don't want to be overexposed to alts and just spread yourself too thin. Have a few concentrated bets, and that's the best way to make money in an altcoin and an alt season. I mean, even Sammy's a legendary trader. How many altcoins are you holding right now? Four altcoins, right? He's got super concentrated bets.
Peanut.
No, he's in H bar,
Sorry.
Quant.
Yeah.
What else are you holding?
Sonic
Sonic.
Oh, yeah.
and Sui.
Sui,
Oh, Sui,
right?
okay.
So, like, look, at the end of the day, it's the same setup: two ISOs, two layer ones, right? What you choose in that mix, you're not going to miss out on too much, but you got to have concentrated positioning. Otherwise, you're not going to get those really big nominal returns. Your percentage returns might look really good, but your dollar value returns aren't that electric. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on over the next few months.
Semi-platinum. Now, I love that you're excited about platinum, and I totally look. You are the absolute definitive resource for this. Tell us about platinum.
So I love you, Timmy. Love your kind words there, mate. So platinum is one I've been talking about for quite a while now to the clients, to the BTR family. It's one that is super undervalued even still. So it's up about 60% for the year so far in just over 6 months. Huge numbers from any commodity, any precious metal, but just monstrous performance there. I mean, what's that? 15 years of bank interest rates in 6 months? That's huge. So, yeah, just getting started here. Platinum's only just broken out of a 15-year downtrend. So for those who think they missed the boat, absolutely not. This party is only just kicked off. The first few people are coming in the door. So you're not late to it. Feel free to hop in. Look, to give you an idea of how far this can go. So platinum at the moment, still less than half the price of gold. It was a third of the price of gold at the beginning of the year, but that's closing. So how high could it go? In 2008, platinum was twice the price of gold. So even if it goes from half the price of gold to twice the price of gold again, you're going to make 4 times as much money holding platinum as you will holding gold. And that's not to bash gold. Gold's great. Gold will go up. Gold is a very good investment. But platinum, even better. And same with silver. Silver and platinum share that. They're both super cheap compared to gold. Therefore, you can expect them both to outperform gold over this precious metals bull market. And, you know, when it comes to investing, you want to be on the fastest horse in the race here.
Portfolio between Bitcoin, between platinum, gold and silver. What sort of ratios?
Look, if you're buying today, what I'd be saying is go majority into silver here, say 70% into silver.
Even though silver's up at the moment, you
absolutely.
Still, yep.
And look, the thing with silver is, yes, silver's up. It's up 30% for the year. That's great. It's still so cheap, guys. It's still so cheap. So even when you're buying
where it was in 1980,
that's it. It's the only commodity on the planet that is still cheaper than where it was in 1980 in US dollars. So it's still super cheap. You haven't missed out. You haven't missed the boat. Yes, it would have been better to buy at the beginning of the year, but who cares? We're here. We're now. Buy it. Price is going to go up from here.
Absolutely. That's fantastic, Sammy. When you're talking about alts and Bitcoin,
yes,
a lot of people write to me going, so how should I be positioned?
yes.
How much Bitcoin, how much XRP, how many layer ones, how many of these things should I hold? What sort of how would you, if somebody came to you and said, all right, I'm new to this, I've got 100 gorillas, how do I disseminate this 100 gorillas into which of these assets?
Super simple. If you've got $100,000, immediately put 80K into Bitcoin or 80% of your crypto investment into BTC. You need Bitcoin, guys. Guys, I know alt season is going to be absolutely ridiculous. The percentage returns that you're going to see in altcoins are going to be phenomenal. But you cannot forget the bedrock. The foundation of this entire asset class, of this entire industry is built upon Bitcoin. No Bitcoin, no industry. No Bitcoin running, no altcoin season. So you must have Bitcoin in your portfolio because Bitcoin is the only, and I will repeat this, the only buy and hold that sits within the cryptocurrency ecosystem today.
Not Pepe or something?
Nothing. I don't care how bullish you are on layer ones and ISOs. I am as well. Bitcoin is the only long-term buy and hold that you need in your portfolio. Now, locked up 80% of your portfolio or 70 to 80% of your portfolio into BTC. Happy days. Put it into cold storage. Don't worry about it. It's going to do really well for you over the next 5 to 10 years. Here's what you do with the remaining 20 to 30%. You put half of your portfolio into ISOs. Now, again, there's about 9 different ISO tokens that exist out there. Off the top of my head, there's XRP, XLM, XDC, Algorand, HBAR, Cardano, IOTA. I'm probably missing a few. But anyway,
XDC, all the X's.
Yep, that's right. So they're all there, right? So, but I would pick 2 or 3 of them because again, if let's say you've got $20,000 left to play with, you've got probably allocate 5,000, maybe say $5,000 into XRP and $5,000 into HBAR. So that's 5% into XRP, 5% into HBAR. You're done. You don't want to be spread too far out. I'm really bullish on HBAR right now. It's only trading at around 30 cents and it's still below its all-time high. If it was to hit its all-time high, it would double from here. It would be 100% increase for HBAR to hit its previous all-time high. So you need HBAR in your portfolio. XRP has already hit new all-time highs in USD and in Aussie dollars. So get out there and get yourself some XRP as well. And then the remaining balance would be split into layer ones, preferably the smaller ones, because Ethereum has done astonishingly well. But I'd be focusing on ones like Sonic and Hyperliquid because they've got smaller market capitalization than, say, Ethereum does. But Ethereum is leading the charge. Similar to how gold leads the charge in precious metals, Ethereum leads the charge for altcoins and layer ones, and then the rest will follow. So Bitcoin, 80%, happy days. And then split the remaining difference between XRP, HBAR, Sonic, and Hyperliquid. But again, the ISOs and the layer one is interchangeable. You can kind of mix and match depending on your preference and what you're particularly bullish on. But keep it simple, guys. It's not meant to be stressful. You're not meant to get overwhelmed. Have some responsibility, have some accountability for how you construct your portfolio. I'm happy to guide you and put you in the right assets. But if you like, say, for example, you might really like Stellar as opposed to XRP, buy Stellar. I don't care. Well, get your portfolio constructed the way you want it to be constructed, and I'll make sure you get excellent execution prices when you buy through Stormrake.
Absolutely. Sammy, some final words. Where's silver, gold, and platinum going over the next week, month, 6 months?
So look, silver is the one that's going to go up over the next week. It's going to hit 40. That's the one to be focusing on here. Look, platinum is going to continue to have a great rest of the year. It may have a short-term pullback here over the next few weeks, but it's going to continue to have a great rest of the year and great rest of the decade. Gold, I think gold's going to make that big move up soon as well. Just broke out of a little pattern overnight. So really bullish on gold here. I think we're going to break through 3,500 US sooner rather than later within the next 6 months, probably within the next couple of months. But silver's going to be the one that really goes here. So over the next week, silver's going to hit 40. Make sure you get in. It's going to go to 50 over the next 6 months. And then once it breaks through 50 to the upside, it's going to be absolutely bananas. It's going to get bonkers. It's going to melt faces. So in terms of where to focus, gold's great. Gold's going to go up. Don't worry about gold. But focus on silver, and some platinum. If you don't have any platinum yet, fix that because platinum's going to run hard. But focus on silver here. It's the one that's going to run now.
All right. Now
We're getting
Now-
guys.
now,
This is getting
Biff,
crazy.
now,
We're
Biff.
seeing $1 million Bitcoin orders come through the trading desk right now.
Oof.
You guys,
one Satoshi, not
they're-
Bitcoin.
yeah, that's right.
Uh,
You're buying hundreds of millions of Satoshis.
Now,
And then,
Biff,
you buy 3 Bitcoins, you sell 300 million Satoshis. If you don't want the Bitcoin, I'll sell you the Satoshi. It's fine. It's not a problem.
now, Bish,
Yes.
your predictions the next week, the next month, the next 3 months. What should people be buying? What's going to happen here?
Okay. As I've said just recently, buy your Bitcoin. Don't worry about it. It's a long-term buy and hold. You'll be fine. And then what you need to focus on is getting the rest of your positions in layer ones and ISOs. In terms of what I anticipate over the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, it's going to be hard to pick exactly where it's going to be. I'd say Bitcoin in 3 months, 150, in 6 months, 180, and in 12 months, 200. I would say that's the kind of ladder it would have, and it would be like a little step function. So we'd be trading. We're going to be trading around 120 for a little while now. We'll get some chop and some consolidation. Big move up to 150. Chop and consolidation, big move up to 180, chop and consolidation. And you might see some corrections along the way. It's not going to just be a linear move from 117, 118, where we are today, to 200. So what I'm saying is stay focused on the task at hand. Don't get caught up in trying to day trade this stuff. You're going to get chopped up and you're going to pay me a lot in transaction fees, which is not good for you, but it might be great for me. But I want to, this is super important. I don't want Beat the Resetters paying me a boatload of transaction fees. You get paid by buying and holding. I get paid when you're over trading. And I don't want to encourage that behavior because it's irresponsible. Buy and hold these assets. There's going to be some volatility along the way. Anticipate now that whilst we're trading at 120, we might even get a pullback to 110. When that happens, I don't know. But then we're going to run pretty quickly to 150. and then we're going to see some volatility, some chop along the way. So just be patient and be calm with these assets. 80% Bitcoin, 10% layer ones, 10% ISOs, buy, hold, set and forget. Don't look at these assets for the next 12 months. And then we'll give you a ring as to when to rotate your alts into Bitcoin and gold to lock in your profits.
Now, the final point is, before we go here,
They stole my coffee, by the way.
I had a bunch of people, even though you told them not
I
to.
told her, I said, leave her alone, and she took my coffee.
She knocked your coffee off. I tell you what. Guys, I've had a bunch of people ask me, how do we become part of this Phuket Sardinia club? When we were in Bali, we created this incredible, atmosphere and this experience.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people reach out to me saying, how do we get to Phuket? What do we need to do? Is there any criteria for us to go to Sardinia? Guys, can I just get your opinions on this?
Guys, you got to be buying gold, silver, and Bitcoin to come to Phuket and Sardinia.
Well, hang on, there's a little bit more.
Hang on, platinum.
No, even more to that.
There's a caveat there. You have to be. It's exclusive, right? We don't do this we do it for free. Obviously, we put these events together for free, but you have to be clients of Stormrake and Liberty Bullion. That's it.
That's it.
It's a membership. It's a club. It's exclusive for a reason, guys. We know at the end of the day, if you don't want to support our business and you want to do business elsewhere, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to partake in these glorious events, come along, party with the guys, learn, get free education, get free support. The least you can do is support our businesses and buy.
And the events are free. The events are free.
You just got to get yourself.
Got to get yourself.
The yacht party, Liberty Bullion's covering the yacht. Liberty Bullion's covering all the drinks and nibbles there. It's free. You just have to get yourself there, get yourself a little hotel room. Liberty Bullion's got the rest. And the same goes for Sardinia with Bish's 200K. We're covering it all.
We're going to have an exclusive beach club front in Sardinia, the most crystal blue, clear waters you can imagine. White sand, and we're just going to have a great time. All you have to do is get yourself there. But to be able to do that, you got to partake, and we got to get like a little BTR, Stormrake, Liberty Bullion, silver coin. A bar, silver bar, like a 10-ounce silver bar with the logos on it.
Yeah.
I think, okay, we got to drink offline.
Pristine blue, there'll be pristine blue water and a lot of white powder. I mean, a lot of white sand. Sorry, white sand. Sorry. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I'm glad Liberty Bullion's booking the Phuket trip, because I had a kayak in Western Port booked when it was you've gone up a little bit.
We're gonna row out of Williamstown.
Yeah, it was totally free. Totally free. All right, boys. Any final words before we sign off today, Sammy?
Look, what a time to be alive, guys. The markets are running, absolutely running. New all-time highs for silver and Aussie. This is electric. What a time to be alive. Get involved. Don't wait till spot runs further. Buy it now. Get it while it's cheap. Get in.
Fish, any final words?
Guys, you're not bullish enough. If you've got dollars in a commercial bank, you've got funds in an industry super fund, you've even got cash under a mattress, you're not bullish enough. You need to be allocated properly towards Bitcoin, gold, and silver, platinum, and ISOs and layer ones, because this is the portfolio that's going to take you home, make you extraordinarily wealthy, zero counterparty risk. And guess what? You're going to have a lot of fun along the way whilst you do it. And you've got the experts in respective industries to be able to get you home.
And if you can't get the cash out of the mattress, bring the whole mattress in.
That's right. We'll sell the mattress, and we'll get you some precious metals and crypto.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, that's it for us. That's another fantastic session. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks for taking out your time. As always, I've got the Baron of Bitcoin from Stormrake here. If you're looking to buy Bitcoin and alts, you've got to see this man. He knows everything about it. If you're looking to buy gold, silver, platinum, this is the man you have to see. Don't bother about going anywhere else. These guys know everything about this stuff, guys. And also, you become part of the club. You become part of the club to go to Phuket, and you become part of the club to go to Sardinia, which we will be going. All right, that's it for me. Guy in the hat, Baron of Bitcoin, Samurai Silver signing off. As always, look after your families, look after your health, and
make
good choices. See you later, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Cool.